If you didn't know just how lost we are as a people, I'm about to show you a picture that would explain to you far more better than I can just how lost we are as a people. Now, take a look at this traditional attire. Look at it very well. Pause the video if you need to. I want you to notice what I'm about to point out first before I point it out. I believe by now we should have all noticed what it is that is out of place in this video. But for those of us who haven't, no problem. Let me point it out. You dey see am? Have you seen it? Wait, let me go closer to it so I can point it very closely. You don't see am? A dollar sign. There's another one though. Wait, we're not done. One to the left, one to the right. I want somebody to please explain to me wetin concern our traditional attire with dollar sign. I want somebody to please explain to me wetin concern okuku, a traditional headpiece of the Edo people with dollar sign. Not only did that picture show just how lost we are as a people, it also shows us just how much we don't value our cultures. Our cultures are dying, our cultures are dying. Every day we are screaming on this continent, but what we have left of our cultures, we are watering it down. And something else that picture shows to me is just how much we as a people have beaten into this sickness in society where everybody is so obsessed with brands, designers and logos, to the point where we have now decided to bring that sickness into our cultural attires as well. So I'm guessing our African symbols like them staffs our men used to hold very proudly and do their traditional greetings with. That fan we used to hold and do our yanga and all of this, and we also use for traditional dances. Our carvings of African swords, cowries, things like this that we used to proudly put up there in our ukuku to beautify our ukuku. I'm guessing now they are now too local for us. Dollar signs in a traditional attire, only in Africa. Of course, now only we know what's up pass. And you notice how they made sure that the dollar signs were placed in the front, so you can see it. That tells you exactly where their value lies. If people are putting dollar signs in their okuku, I don't even need pictures for me to know that they are putting Gucci, Balenciaga, Chanel and whatever brands out there that they hold in high esteem in their okuku as well. I know they are doing it already. Same way I will not even be surprised if I find out that they are putting cross now. When I know cross now, Jesus is murder weapon in their okuku. Because come on, we live in a country where they open traditional occasions, traditional events in the name of Jesus. So to put cross inside their okuku, go out there. A traditional attire is supposed to 100% reflect your tradition. What in your tradition has a dollar sign? Even if we want to say, okay, they want to put a modern spin to it. If at all any currency is supposed to be up there, it's supposed to be the Naira. Because the Naira is tied to our immediate culture right now. Same way when cowries was the currency that our ancestors were using. They had cowries symbols placed in their items, right? But of course, trust Africans, trust my people. They would always find a way to pedestalize other people's ish over theirs. Even if this ish is trampling over their own ish, even if this ish is the reason why their own ish is suffering, they don't care. They just like to pedestalize other people's ish. Embarrassing. Our cultures are dying, but see what we are doing to the ones that's left. We are watering them down and making them useless. At this point, I don't even know if we have another 2 more generations before the cultures would have pata peme. But anyways, now I won't rest my case. I know that it's not that deep, folks. Yeah, they are coming to the comments. It's not that deep, pa. Okay, no problem. Guys, problem deal. There is a big problem. So it turns out that there are some Africans out there who don't even know what it means to be African. I think it would be unfair of me to not give you a trigger warning, so I advise you brace yourself because what I'm about to show you might shock you. So somebody reposted this tweet on here on TikTok, and the tweet reads, Africans want to be more Muslim than Arabs, more Catholic than the Pope, more English than the British. Africans want to be everything but themselves. This is what mental slavery has done to us. And this is a comment from a matured African woman. She says, for how long are we expected to fetch water from the river and fetch firewood from the forest? Yo, look around you. The world has changed. What the actual matured woman that dropped this comment? Look at her now. See her there with her eyeglass. Possibly people, mama, that dropped this comment. So, in this woman's head, being African is fetching water from the river and going to fetch firewood. This explains why when we are having these conversations about decolonizing the mind and going back to your roots, or for us to go back to our roots, we have a lot of people in the comment section who are just so slow and we don't understand why they don't get it. It's because this is their mindset of what it means to go back to our roots. And this is why they are so against the idea of, embracing your Africanness, because this is what Africanness is to them. Something that's all around the globe. This is what everybody used to do regardless of race, ethnicity, or whatever. Every race literally fetched water. Every race literally fetched for firewood. Because at that time, globally, that was where everybody was at. It's not an African-only concept or idea or practice. That moment when you realize that the problem on ground is even worse than you thought. I know every day we talk about how our educational system did not help us, which is true, right? We need to do better with our educational system on this continent. But would we still blame our educational system for this one? Because is this one not normal, everyday common sense that is supposed to handle this situation and make sure things like this don't happen? I believe everyday normal, everyday common sense should have eradicated this right here. This kind of person, you cannot have conversation with them, because if the foundation is this bad, that means higher up conversation, don't bother. Don't bother. Then she said, and if we still remain ourselves so much, how are we going to contribute and fit in the modern world? Times have changed. People have evolved. Hey, this is bad. This is bad. On a closing note, this is very embarrassing. Yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on this continent. A lot of work, a lot of decolonizing, a lot of deconstructing, a lot of re-educating, because this,